Hello, young scholars. Welcome to Israel and Joey's Top 10 Directors. Now, you may be wondering, Joey, Israel, we don't care about directors or movies. That's only Israel. Well, let me tell you why we think it should be general knowledge. All of these people, all 10 of these people, are incredibly influential in pop culture. Think about it. Just think about it. One of the biggest aspects of pop culture is film and TV. Think about it. What if you couldn't watch The Avengers? What if you just had to read it? It'd only be like a fraction as popular. It's so true. Think about it. We should definitely know the people responsible for making those movies. There are many great directors across the past 100 years of cinema. Paul Thomas Anderson, Akira Kurosawa, of course, Francis Ford Coppola, Quentin Tarantino, Alfred Hitchcock, the Coen brothers, Wes Anderson. But we're going to be focusing on three absolutely alpha directors. Number three on this list is one Stanley Kubrick, director of The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, and a few more, creating shots still referenced to this very day. Some would consider his most influential film. 2001: A Space Odyssey made Star Wars Star Wars. A great friend of one Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg, created many iconic films. Jaws, Indiana Jones trilogy. Oh, we don't talk about the fourth one. Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, and many, many more. Steven Spielberg is the man who can make anything whimsical, but when he chooses, he can make it absolutely crushing, like with Schindler's List. Steven Spielberg was responsible for one of the first blockbusters of all time with Jaws. If that's not influential, then I don't know what is. Then finally, we've got the king of cinema himself, Martin Scorsese, one of the most prestiged directors. Though he hasn't won many Oscars, he has won the hearts of cinema goers. Whether it's with his crime gangster dramas like Goodfellas, Casino, or Mr. Blackwell's most hated movie of all time, The Irishman. Whether it's his 3-hour epic comedy, The Wolf of Wall Street. Whether it's Taxi Driver, which influenced an entire wave of cinema, creating ripples throughout the entirety, creating a genre known as He's Like Me for Real, though. Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver, a man who just can't take it anymore and hates the system and the people within it, goes against the code and does it his way. He's just like me for real. Martin Scorsese may not be the most profitable, he may not have the most awards, but if you check his Letterboxd, Goodfellas 4.5. The highest out of any director that we've talked about so far. Let me reiterate why in the world you should care about directors. Well, you should know the people that are creating the movies that influence your children. Whether that's Martin Scorsese with his movie Hugo, that's a film lover's film for kids. Or Steven Spielberg with Indiana Jones giving your kids adventure. Stanley Kubrick, probably not your kids, but your teenagers with A Clockwork Orange and how edgy it is. You should know who's making your movies. R.I.P. Stanley Kubrick, though, but he's made movies.